I don't know if it is a lack of respect for women or kind of an admiration of women.
It seems kind of lack of respect-y, don't you think? Isn't the whole conceit of this program that women are sort of preposterous and funny, and wouldn't it be funny if we dressed as one?
No, because some of them make very beautiful women, and they're doing it because their idols are women. And there are great gay icons who are strong women, and these people have a desire to want to be. Some of them do female parody kind of drag.
But the notion of what is a beautiful woman in this case is being judged through the eyes of gay men.
Yes.
Do you find them to be sexy at all? Like, is that part of it?
As women?
I don't know, just like in general, is this like an attractive thing?
It has 0%, it's 0% of the reason why I watch the show.
It has always just been confusing to me as a gay man, because like I have never found this to be remotely compelling in any way. And I just kind of always thought that maybe there was kind of like a sex appeal thing that like was just not my thing at all, and that like some gay men are really into men dressing as women for some reason.
I would say I'm guessing, and maybe just speaking for myself, I don't think there's any sexual attraction there. There's admiration for very good looking drag queens where you're like, wow, you're like a powerful, crazy, beautiful woman.
Yeah. Do you think that some straight men are attracted to drag queens?
Yes, 100%. Yeah,
so that's a thing.
They talk about that on the show too. And there are people, I mean, a lot of them have partners, have husbands and stuff, and a lot of them, a few, as we'll see, have transitioned and are women.
It just feels kind of sad.
Why?
I don't know. It's like your life has descended to the point where you're getting plastic surgery to look like Cher. And it just seems to me like you would wake up in the morning some days and be like, am I really contributing to the sort of greater good of humanity?
I think they would see it as they get to celebrate this person that they admire.
What do you think Cher thinks about it? Well, how would you feel if someone got plastic surgery to look more like you and do a campy impersonation of you?
I bet she feels honored because it's someone from the gay community, and someone like Cher has built a career around the gay community liking her.
Mm-hmm. But it seems to me that it is a little bit troubling if the only way that you can feel empowered or feel confident is by creating a false persona and then acting through that, because it seems like that would just continue to alienate you from your true self.
Yeah, you could have a point, but a lot of them are themselves. A lot of them are themselves. They wear it. They get into drag maybe to kind of get in the door. Like Bianca Del Rio, the stand-up comedian one, I don't know would be doing as well if she was just doing stand-up as a guy. Yeah. But doing it as this character, you can get away with a lot more because you are kind of behind a mask. And it's just more entertaining. There's just kind of like to have something that's visually interesting in that way, plus coupled with a really interesting personality, I think is the fundamental thing. The question I wanted to ask you, people's hesitation with drag is that it hypersexualizes and like dirties up the gay community, and it gives the gay community this impression of being this like in your face, full of swearing and being impolite to women, and kind of perpetuates a lot of those stereotypes. So is there a hesitation there, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that's why I feel, right? Because I mean, like, I'm very uptight, if you haven't noticed. And, I'm kind of repulsed by a lot of the really sort of flamboyant, like, in-your-face sexualization of everything. I mean, this is why I don't go to Pride and stuff like that, because I find that kind of flouting kind of stuff a little bit.
More F words.
That's as much as you're going to get out of me. But I'm old-fashioned in the way that I think that, some things don't belong everywhere. And
I get it.
I guess the idea that things like this and appreciating things like this represents some sort of entry point into being, a good gay person, or to being a properly sort of included member of the gay community, I have a little bit of a problem with that. But I don't think anything about this is frankly synonymous with the gay experience in any way that I can readily relate to. And so I think that the problem that some gay people have is that it's like, this is somebody's esoteric taste, somebody's esoteric interest. Yeah. And for some reason, it's just sort of arbitrarily inflated to the level of, iconic gay thing. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's...
But don't you relate in any way to feeling like an outsider? Maybe
increasingly less, and I mean, I think that this this is probably like, I could see maybe this sort of thing being more useful in an era in which there was a bit more gay
right.
oppression.
But do you think that peripherally you feel more included in the community because of the movement that's been kind of pioneered by people like this?
I don't know. I mean,
you don't need to relate to them directly, but the drag queens are and have been at the forefront of the gay rights movement in a lot of ways, and they're keystone in the gay community. Yeah. I agree, frankly, with a lot of the stuff about like the hypersexuality of being gay is something I don't really relate to, and sometimes resent. But I really love the show for some reason, and I've gone to a bunch of drag shows since being exposed to it, and just like I have no desire to do drag, I have no desire to dress like a woman, but from an entertainment perspective and feeling a part of something, I love it.
I guess what I would be probably a bit more comfortable with was that if the whole drag sort of subculture just became more marketed as nothing beyond what it is. So it's just kind of like, this is just a thing, it's no different than stand-up comedy, it's no different than ventriloquism, it's no different than any other sort of quaint and quirky form of entertainment, but it doesn't have to be politicized and made synonymous with a certain community, which is the gay community, which I don't think it's necessary. I just don't see that path from point A to point B. And perhaps this is just because I'm ignorant of the gay rights struggle and whatnot, and I don't fully appreciate the role that drag has played in it. But I just don't see it as something that is in any way synonymous or intuitively part of the experience that I as a gay man have, or the culture that I as a gay man should feel part of. Because I mean, it seems like that drag can be enjoyed by people of all sorts, by women, by straight men,
The fact is, it's almost all gay men that do it. So it becomes a part of that, in that it is so ingrained in that community, regardless of the political history, regardless of their, But strictly as an art form, it's pretty entertaining.
I will begrudgingly concede as such.
Then my job is done.